And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
This was so cringy. You already know his racist behind was expecting and hand gestures. And this actually explains so much about Donald Trump's mentality, scrubbing the internet of the contributions that Black Americans have made to this nation, and attacking and withholding federal funding from educational institutions that even dare to teach the correct and factual history of Black Americans. All of that is a product of his own ignorance. Because it's actually really troubling and sad that a sitting president of the United States of America wasn't aware that the national language of Liberia is English, and it's directly tied to chattel slavery here in America. Quick history lesson from the doll. So the American Colonization Society was established in 1816, and their sole purpose was to relocate freed slaves back to Africa to try to dismantle racial tensions in the United States. And where did they send these freed slaves? To what we know now as Liberia, which has resulted in 5% of the Liberian population being descendants of African American slaves. The sad part about this time in history, around 1840 to 1845, was that the Black Americans hit the grounds of Liberia running, creating their own roads, creating their own churches, creating their own schools, dominating in regard to political power, and many of these programs and institutions mirrored the practices that they learned from and were subjected to in the United States of America. Liberia claimed its independence in 1847, and this was a direct result of the actions of Joseph Jenkins Roberts. Joseph was born in America. He was born in the state of Virginia, then eventually migrated to Liberia to become the first governor, and then on to be the first president after Liberia claimed its independence. Inevitably so, once they declared independence, the official language became English. Like, come on now. The capital city's name is Monrovia, which is named after James Monroe, our United States 5th president. And fun fact, Liberia was the first African nation to be Black-led. I don't expect this to be common knowledge. I'm just obsessed with American history. But our nation's sitting president should know this, specifically because foreign policy is solely the responsibility and duty of the United States president. And it's really giving racist microaggression in the same way that it did when that Black woman was in the Oval Office and he was fawning over her, calling her beautiful, doing the most. Like, sir, you're married. And the way he comes off seems very performative, as if he is overcompensating for something. Maybe that something being racism. I don't know. And it's no shade. You know what? I take that back. Maybe this is a little shade. Every time this man opens his mouth, he just shows how ignorant and incompetent he really is. All that being said, in a bag of chips, my name is Day. Comment your thoughts down below.